to boxing fans, this might be an interesting video. At least if me being a boxing fan, it's an interesting subject to me, even though I don't necessarily believe it should exist. And this is pound for pound, and a lot of people think that, you know, pound for pound, heavyweight, obviously because they're the, you know, they're the top guys in the sport, and that heavyweights are the top guys in sports, in contrast to all the other weight divisions and so forth. Pound for pound, I don't necessarily believe in pound for pound. I mean, it's not everyone's the same weight, and you can't necessarily, well, you can say someone's the best pound for pound if you feel that way, which I will in a minute. But for me, pound for pound, it's alright to imagine fighters past and present and whether one would be better than the other. It's good that way. I don't think there should be a pound for pound list. I have no problem with the likes of Ring Magazine lists and WBC and IBF and all the sanctioning bodies. I don't mind all that stuff, and the top fighters in certain weight divisions. But overall, of all the weight divisions, you can't really, I don't really believe in it. But despite that, I'm going to give my pound for pound opinion. I'm not going to give a top 10 or nothing like that. I'm just going to say, yeah, I think it's pound for pound. I'm just going to say who my favourite, or who I think is number one, because there's speculation as to who is. I mean, some people might argue that Tyson Fury is because he beat Vladimir Klitschko. That's a fair enough comment. I still would regard him as number one heavyweight at the current moment in time, because he has achieved the most. If you compare his win over Klitschko to all the current champions' wins, I think that his stands out. I mean, he beat a long reigning heavyweight champion and Vladimir Klitschko. Off night or not, he still beat him. So you have guys like Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, if you'd go there, Golovkin, Kovalev, Ward, Don Stevenson, Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, and so forth. And I think Terence Crawford, he's definitely up there in terms of pound for pound, but he hasn't really cemented legendary status like I don't know, like a Joe Gonzaga or Floyd Mayweather, one of those guys. I don't think the likes of even a Golovkin's done that yet. I do think that Golovkin's a good fighter. I'm not a massive Golovkin fan. I do think he is a little overhyped, and I might eat my words later on for saying this. I do respect what he's done, but in terms of opposition, he's still not tested yet. Now, I think that his win against Kell Brook was good, but at the same time, when I look at it, Kell Brook, I look at it from the 70s, 80s perspective. Like, Marvin Hagler was the undisputed middleweight champion, and then he had these welterweights and light middleweights and all facing him, and he was beating them. But Kell Brook, having said that, Kell Brook is not really a Ray Leonard type status, if you know what I mean. Like, he hasn't beaten legendary names yet, and Golovkin hasn't beaten legendary names such as like Marvin Hagler has. So I don't think Golovkin's a pound for pound fighter. Well, And then I'm going to go right to the heavyweights for a minute. Talk about that. You could argue that Vladimir Klitschko's still now pound for pound. He's beat Hay, he's beat, Pulev, and so forth. You could argue he has. You could argue Fury is for beating Klitschko. And some might argue Joshua or Wilder that is either. I don't even think any of them are the pound for pound kings. In my opinion. I mean, I'm happy enough to hear your opinion. You might disagree. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. In my opinion, now this is, some people will, a lot of people might disagree. I mean, it's opinion anyway. It's not fact. I think the pound for pound number one fighter at the moment, it could change now, it's Andre Ward. I think Andre Ward beat Kovalev. In my opinion, I think he won. And I think he's landed more effective punches. In the fight. And I think he's the number one pound for pound. And even looking back, he's beat Carl Froch. You have to remember, Carl Froch is not the most legendary superweight middleweight, obviously, but he has beat a lot of tough guys who beat a lot of great fighters. He's beat the likes of Carl Froch, Chad Dawson, beat the likes of Sakio Bika, Mikhail Kessler as well. You have to remember, Mikhail Kessler was a great fighter. He beat him too. So yeah, I think at the minute it's Andre Ward. But this pound for pound stuff, I find it hard to measure in terms of who's the number one and who's the best pound for pound fighter in the world. But obviously, I'm not a massive pound for pound fan, but in my opinion, it has to be Andre Ward. And if he gets rematched with Kovalev and beats him, it's definitely convincing pound for pound. Anyways, this is PUGILIST King. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.